John Harlan Willis was awarded the Medal of Honor for his incredible actions at Iwo Jima. At the time of his death, his widow was 7 months pregnant. His story is amazing. His devoted widow's story is too.
Let's dig into this.
John Harlan Willis was born June 10, 1921 in Columbia, Tennessee, and joined the U.S. Navy right out of high school. Sent to the Naval Training Station at Norfolk, Virginia for both recruit training and corpsman training, he would be transferred to the Naval Air Station at Jacksonville, Florida, where he worked his way up through the ranks. By 1942, Willis was organizing and training units to be sent overseas.
After being promoted to pharmacist mate first class, he transferred in 1944 to the 3rd Battalion, 27th Marine Regiment, 5th Marine Division at Camp Pendleton, California. And on February 19, 1945, he landed at Iwo Jima.
The landing was supposed to be easy. Navy bombardment and lack of enemy response to early landings gave everyone a sense that the plan would move along smoothly, until the Marines found that almost nothing could move as expected on the volcanic ash that covered the island. Once they managed to get across the beach, troops were looking at scaling a 15-foot high hill of the soft ash. It was difficult to climb and impossible to dig footholds or foxholes. Men and machines began backing up on the beach.
After about an hour, the Japanese opened fire. Machine guns, mortars, and heavy artillery rained down on the beach. The Japanese troops had planned well, with reinforced bunkers and hidden caves and tunnels where attackers could quickly disappear or shut steel doors to protect themselves from return fire.
30,000 Marines landed on the beach that day, and casualties were heavy. The 25th Marines 3rd Battalion lost over 80% of the 900 men that landed. John Harlan Willis, with the 27th Marines 3rd Battalion, survived.
After 9 days of fighting, Willis and the 27th were still facing constant enemy fire from pillboxes and caves near Hill 362. Willis responded to the calls from the wounded and helped many while dodging both artillery and mortar fire until he was hit by shrapnel and wounded enough to be sent back to the battle aid station.
Without waiting to be released, Willis left the aid station and returned to the 27th. The company was under attack and in intense hand-to-hand combat. Willis managed to make his way to the front line between sniper and mortar fire to aid a wounded Marine lying in a mortar shell hole.
As the enemy intensified their attack, Willis administered blood platelets to his patient, elevating the IV bag despite it drawing attention to his position. When the enemy threw a hand grenade into the shell hole, Willis picked it up and threw it back.
As he continued to treat the wounded man, 7 more grenades were thrown into the hole where he worked. He threw all 7 right back at the enemy. The 9th grenade thrown exploded in his hand before he could throw it, killing him instantly.
His Medal of Honor citation says, and I quote, "By his great personal valor in saving others at the sacrifice of his own life, he inspired his companions, although terrifically outnumbered, to launch a fiercely determined attack and repulse the enemy force. His exceptional fortitude and courage in the performance of his duty reflect the highest credit upon Willis and the U.S. Naval Service. Gallantly gave his life for his country," end quote.
John Harlan Willis was posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor on December 3rd of 1945. The medal was presented by Secretary of the Navy James Forrestal to Winfrey Willis, his widow, who held their 7-month-old son John Jr. during the ceremony.
The story of Willis's courage and sacrifice was reported far and wide. He was honored as a war hero by his hometown of Columbia, Tennessee, with a bridge named in his memory. The U.S. Navy destroyer escort ship USS John Willis, in service from 1957 to 1972, was commissioned in his honor. And this is where the story would end for most. But Miss Winfrey Willis was an amazing woman.
She was chosen as ship mother for the USS John Willis, in a usually symbolic role providing good luck and divine protection to all who served aboard. It was a role she took seriously, serving for more than 30 years and attending more than 40 USS John Willis reunions. She also took her husband's legacy seriously.
In 1965, Miss Willis agreed to loan some of her husband's personal items, including his dog tags, uniform, and Medal of Honor, to the Tennessee State Library for a display at the state State Fairgrounds. A fire in the building housing the display destroyed the entire exhibit. Miss Willis was presented a replica of the Medal of Honor by the State of Tennessee Library, but it wasn't the same, and Miss Willis petitioned local politicians for many years to get a replacement for the original.
In an amazing twist of fate, in 2009, Commander Christopher Redden happened to be trying to authenticate items attributed to John Willis at the Hospital Corps School at Great Lakes Naval Station. Through his work, he learned about Mrs. Willis and her dedication to the USS John Willis over the years. He also heard the story of the fire that destroyed her husband's medal and her efforts over the following 40 years to get a replacement. Commander Redden quickly put together a team to help make that happen.
On October 17, 2009, Miss Willis and her son John Jr. were presented with the medal and a replacement flag in a ceremony in Columbia, Tennessee, attended by members of Commander Redden's team, representatives of the Naval Medical Department, local politicians, and American Legion representatives.
Mrs. Winfrey Willis died just 4 years later at the age of 91, after a life that included 2 more marriages, another son, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Winfrey Willis chose to be cremated. Her ashes were interred with her first husband, John Harlan Willis, at Rose Hill Cemetery in Columbia, Tennessee.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Hey, here's another DragonDen video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.